Guess what? I fixed the antenna problem, and I'll show you how. CQDX 309, Central Iowa, standing by.
Come on in here, 309, 605, pointed right at you.
What's up, guys? Corey the Random Guy here. Today, I'm gonna show you and explain mostly on how I fixed my low wattage problem. A lot of you guys gave me a lot of great suggestions. I checked them all out. There was one thing that I figured out that nobody else did. Before we begin, I would like you guys to like, subscribe, share, comment, hit the notification bell, and as a reminder, I still have that giveaway going. Once we hit 100 subscribers, one lucky person is going to have a chance to win the jump starting flashlight. I will put a link in the description below of that giveaway, and if you guys are interested to see the review of that jump starting flashlight, I will also put a link in the description to that video as well. But without further ado, let's get started. Sorry about the wind. You guys remember when I had both cables coming down right about there? Well, believe it or not, the cable coming from the A99 back there was going over my roof and underneath the dipole and coming together at that point. And then it remained together through the window, above the window, over to right around in this area where my CBs were. The problem with that is not only was the cable from the A99 coming underneath of the dipole, which was causing interference, my roof is metal, so it acts like a reflector of sorts. So all the signals that are coming off the cable actually reflected from my roof to the dipole, and also caused my transmission to go from one line to another with how close the lines were together. I'll show you. What I'm going to show you is I got my full 12 watts back just by simply moving cables around. First, gotta get a good look at the little puppy here. Say hello, Connor. Isn't he cute? He's right in the middle of the walkway. So you guys remember I had the cables up and over, right? Coming through my window, up and over, and then over here. Well, something a little different. Went ahead and hooked this bad boy up to the A99. This one's AM only, and the cable is run right along there and out there's a window in that bathroom that will be knocked out probably if we end up staying here. So run through there and run all the way to this radio right here. Now the dipole is hooked up to the sideband, which goes into the meter, out to the window, up and over, and out into the dipole. Let me show you. I'm gonna whistle in this thing. As you guys remember, I had 6 watts last time. There's a noise warning. That's pushing about 12 watts. Here, I'll flip it over to the 100 watt scale. Each 1 watt right there stands for 10. Pushing right at 12, which is nice. And all it was is because these cables were, number 1, too close together, and 2, I had the A99 cable run underneath the dipole. It actually made a difference. For all of the people out there who do know about this, I just learned it. I honestly didn't think that 2 cables being close together were gonna cause that much havoc. It did. I learned something, and now I'm passing that knowledge that I just got to you guys. With that being said, the dipole though is not really working that well. What I mean by the dipole not working very well is on the A99, I'm able to receive, believe it or not, Mexico at a certain time. I'll flip over the sideband radio to the same channel, and it's received completely nothing but static compared to the A99. I think what I'm gonna do is I am gonna go ahead and take down that dipole for 2 reasons. 1, I need to make it a little better than what it is now. 2, where I live at, there's a lot of interference. There's really not a whole lot of places to put a dipole. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna make maybe a half-wave antenna, because I did find out that the A99 is an actual half-wave. But I'm gonna try to make a half-wave homemade antenna or a quarter wave. I'm not sure. You guys let me know in the comments below. You guys remember in my first videos, anybody who has actually watched this channel, the quarter wave PVC antenna actually was able to reach wherever. Of course, Skip was going at that point, and I was able to hit Texas with 7 pounds is what he called it, but it's actually 7 dBs, 5 to 7 dBs. He called it 5 to 7 pounds, which I thought was actually a pretty cool term. To answer somebody's question, yes, I do run these meters all the time because it is kind of interesting to see what wattage I'm pushing out at that point anytime I talk. And I always check, every single day I turn on these radios, I always check my SWRs to make sure that nothing went wrong overnight. It's probably not healthy for them to be on and in line with the radio all the time. However, my SWRs are low enough, I'm not going to really worry about it too much. So I think for now, I'm going to go down to one radio. I'm going to hook up the sideband up to the A99, and the dipole is going to come down. I have one more spot to put an antenna on, and that's about it when it comes to spots that are clear. And to give you guys a little bit of a tip, and I don't know if anybody has ever done this yet, I discovered it for myself. I took my little FRS two-way walkie-talkie, which, you know, these things are actually really good. I turned it on and hit the weather button. Now, inside the house, you guys know, Faraday cage, no signal gets in, at least when it comes to the weather band. I go outside, it comes in certain spots. Now, I use this on the weather band to figure out where my clear spots are. Where the A99 sits now is actually one of the clear spots, and directly on the other side of my trailer is another clear spot. That's it. There is no other clear spot anywhere. And where that dipole sits on the very front of my house, I do believe is a pretty dead spot. There's a lot of interference right there, so that could be part of my problem with the dipole as well. But I'm not done experimenting. I'm gonna try to get into building my own antennas. I love the A99. I haven't been able to shoot skip with it yet because of the fact that there hasn't been really hardly any skip at all. And I'm only running a stock radio. The video that Mower Junkie just put up yesterday, he did say that his Anytone puts out about 50 watts, I think is what he said. Mower Junkie, if you're watching this, let me know in the comments below if I actually got that right. So he's able to shoot his signal further than me. You know, maybe one of these days I'll get just a small amp, nothing big, just a small amp to push my noise floor, or push my signal past my noise floor. I don't know. I mean, you guys let me know in the comments below as well on the type of amp, linear amp is what they're calling it. Let me know in the comments below what would be a good amp. I only want it powerful enough to push me past the noise floor, and that's it. I don't want it to be 4,000 watts because that would just be freaking ridiculous. Let me know if a 50 watt, maybe 100 watt, maybe 150, something along those lines is gonna work for my noise floor, and then give me suggestions in the comments below on what type of amp, what brand is the better one. And you gotta remember, keep it in mind, I am on a budget on this. I'm not getting paid from nobody. I'm not getting sponsored by nobody. I'm doing this with my own paycheck as it comes. So I'm on a very, very, very tight budget. These radios, the newest one I have is that Uniden Bearcat, and I spent 180 bucks on it, and it was peaked and tuned, 180 bucks. Perfectly fine. Any suggestions would be great. I want to thank everybody for sticking around and watching this video. I also want to thank all of my subscribers for all the helpful suggestions. They were all helpful. We are all learning, as I have said before, and hopefully maybe one of these days we get enough people in CB again. We'll have a whole network of people across the United States. You know, if we can't reach one person, we can be like, hey, relay a message to Mower Junkie. I'm going to use you. Let's just say me. I am trying to get a hold of Mower Junkie. As an example, well, my signal will only go like maybe halfway to him. We can, if we get enough big enough of a CB community, we could potentially relay messages back and forth to each other with no issues whatsoever. Hell, we wouldn't even have to rely on skip if we have enough people. That's why I decided to get back into the CB thing, because, well, it's cheap. You can make antennas out of damn near anything. You know, if we get enough people into CB making home bases, having mobiles in their vehicles and stuff like that, we could all relay messages to each other. You know, these things are great. GMRS is great. However, you know, they're very limited, that you can't shoot skip with them. I'm still thinking about getting my GMRS license. Not sure yet. Still thinking on that one. Yeah, let's help this CB community grow, guys. Let's spread the word. Definitely share my videos and the few videos that I do have. Share Mower Junkie's videos. Share Farpoint Farms videos. Definitely. He's got a lot of CB stuff that he does. I'm actually doing a shout out for them because of the fact that just those two channels alone have taught me a lot about getting back into CB. I'm gonna quit jabbering on. I'm gonna let you guys comment below what you guys think. If the whole cable debacle was something that you guys didn't think of that I did, or you guys knew about it and that was kind of that was gonna be one of those last resort deals. I don't know. I learned something new, and that's what this is all about. We're all here to learn. We're all here to teach each other. Let's help this channel grow. Let's help Mower Junkie's channel grow. Let's help Farpoint Farms channel grow. Let's all just be one big community when it comes to CBs. This way we can maybe over time start interconnecting across the United States. You know, who knows? You just never know what's gonna happen. Hope you guys enjoyed. We will catch you guys later.